is Bonnie from Backward Story, and today I have my April book haul for you. So this is everything that I received during the month of April. The left-hand pile is stuff that I got from a library sale for $1 each. The middle pile is stuff that I purchased either at the store or through a book subscription box. And the third pile is what I was sent for review. Plus, I do have some ebooks thrown into the mix, but this is a nice, manageable month. Normally, I have so many books that they kind of topple over one another, and this is so much more manageable. I actually got quite a few ebooks this month, some of which I've read already, such as Legendary, which was fantastic, and Wildcard by Marie Lu, which I'm reading next, so that'll be coming up soon for May. But let's take a look at everything that I got this month. The first book I bought was The Astonishing Color of Actor by Emily X. Arpand, which just came out. It's blurbed by John Green, and it's only on sale until April 30th. So if you're watching this weekend, you still have time to get in on this sale. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and I'm so excited to read it. I also bought 2 anthologies on sale. I'm not sure if they are still on sale or not. I think Tyranny of Petticoats is. This is edited by Jessica Spotswood, and it has 15 stories of belles, bank robbers, and other badass girls. And there are just so many amazing authors in this one, and so I had looked at it in the past, and I didn't know if I wanted to spend that much money because I don't often like short stories, but I love so many of these authors, and I really do want to read their stories, so I grabbed it while it was on sale. Same thing with Meet Cute. This is another anthology that I've heard nothing but really good things about. It came out at the beginning of the year. It's another anthology collection, more authors that I love, some of my favorite contemporary authors. And you know I don't always love contemporary, so this was another one that I definitely wanted to scoop up while it was on sale. From the library sale, I picked up Catching Fire and Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I always look at these really pretty metallic covers, and I really want them, but I don't want to spend the money for them again because I have the whole series in hardcover. But I couldn't resist buying them on sale for $1 each. I just wish that they had the first book, which is gold, so that they would match. I don't know how easily I'll be able to pick up just the first book in the series. But they're super shiny. I don't know how well they'll photograph because they're so shiny, but they're really pretty. Next, I picked up Weather Witch by Shannon Delaney. I've never heard of it. I don't know if it's part of a series, if it's even the first book in the series, but it is about elemental magic, and I like things like Truth Witch, so I am hoping that this will be similar, and since it was only $1, I figured I would try it out. Let me know if you've heard about this one, if you've read it, what you think about it, because I'm super curious. Next up is Dune by Carrie Corp and Lori Langdon. I have heard about this series for a really long time. I know a lot of people who love this series. They say really good things about it. It's something that has always been kind of on my radar, but I've never really sought it out or looked for it, and I figured I would pick up the first book since it was $1. So again, let me know if you've read it, what you think, and this is another one that hopefully I will be able to get to in the not-so-distant future. The next 2 books I picked up were also from a series, Steelheart and Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. They are books 1 and 2 in the Reckoner series, and there is a third one. I think it's only a trilogy. I could be wrong about that because Brandon Sanderson series tend to be pretty long. I have the first one on my Nook. I had bought it when it was on sale, but I figured since they were in hardcover and $1 each, I would pick them up. And I've been meaning to read this series for a while. Brandon Sanderson is definitely one of today's most accomplished fantasy writers. He has written so much good stuff. Some of his stuff I haven't read because I like waiting until long series are finished, and this one is finished so I can read it, even though I can't read, say, the Stormlight Archives right now. So again, let me know what you think. I hear nothing but great things about this series. Next up, I have Lullaby. It is book 1 in the Sand Maiden series by L.R.W. Lee. This book came out in January, and I've already reviewed it. I can post the link for you below. But this book is about a girl who is a sand maiden, which is kind of the equivalent of a sandman. And if you like series like Elise Kova's Era Awakens, or Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass, or Rachel E. Carter's Black Mage, you are really going to like this. It has a kick-ass character. The cover is Charlie Bowater art, who does a lot of Sarah J. Maas stuff, and the series is a lot of fun. And then this came in a book subscription box from February that had a late arrival, so it just came this month, and so now I have a physical copy as well as an ebook copy. I purchased Given to the Earth by Mindy McGinnis. This is the sequel to Given to the Sea, which came out last year, and I never had time to read it, and so now I can read it. Now that both books in the series are out, I can give it another chance because I have been wanting to get to it, and it just hasn't happened yet. Winter Glass by Alexa Hillier, which also came out the same day as Given to the Earth, actually. It is about sisters. It is the sequel to Spindlefire, another book that I was desperate to get to last year. And then by the time I could, it was so close to the release of the second book, I figured that I would just wait and read the two together. And I am super excited for this one. I got to meet Lexa last year at a signing in New York, and my copy was at home because she was last minute, so I couldn't get it signed. But I just loved listening to her, and I cannot wait to finally read this series. The Fates Divide by Veronica Roth. This one also came out the same day. This was a really big day for books. I picked up 3 books. This is a signed first edition, so when you open it up, there's her signature. And it's also really pretty beneath the jacket. You have this lovely map. And this is a sequel to Carve the Mark, which I did read last year. I read it as an arc before the controversy broke out and before I knew that there were problems with the book, that people were upset with the book. And I was like, I just finished reading this, and I don't know that we read the same book, and I don't really... I literally went back and looked at every single character and every single description, trying to see what had been said about this, and I was like, I don't really understand, and I just really didn't understand where some of the accusations were coming from, but the person making all of the accusations had not read after the first 50 pages, so I think that maybe that was a part of it. But I really did enjoy the first book, and I am going to continue reading it, and this is a duology, and I am excited to read this and to see where it goes. But this is a book that I never did review last year just because I wasn't really sure it was my place to, and I really didn't want to be a part of the controversy. Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody is this month's Owlcrate book. It has an exclusive cover. The regular cover is red. This is black with red lettering. And of course, it is signed. There's her signature. And this author I have met at a couple of signings that are local. She's come from out of town to attend the signings. I am excited to finally read one of her books because I did not read her book that came out last year. It wasn't really my thing. I'm not too sure if this one is either, honestly, but I do want to give it a chance now that I have a copy. I received quite a few ebooks for review this month. I received Blanca and Roja by Anna Marie McLemore. And I'm sorry if I butchered her name. I've read her before, and she has some really fantastic magical realism books. And this one is a retelling of The Swan Maiden and about sisters, and I am extra excited to read it, so I was really excited when it came into my life. For A Muse of Fire by Heidi Heilig, this one I am really excited about. I've been waiting a while to read this. It is a book that I heard about last year during BEA at a special writers panel when Heidi and I were talking about world building for fantasy, and she was trying to help me out a little bit with the big knot that I've been stuck in myself, and so I've been excited for this ever since hearing that she was going to do high fantasy. The next one is Ibi Zoboi Pride, which is a Pride and Prejudice remix. I've already been hearing really good things about this, and it's the author of American Street, which won a ton of awards when it came out last year, and so this is another one I'm really excited to get to. What My Sister Knew by Nina Lauren, and this just looks like a really interesting thriller. Plus it's been blurred by Heather Gudenkoff, who I quite like a lot. There's no cover yet for this one, and there's no title page in the ARC to show you that way. It just looks like this because they're not revealing anything about the art yet, so it didn't tell you the title at all. But Wildcard is the sequel to WARCROSS, which is my favorite book of 2017. I loved that book so much, and so I'm really excited to have the sequel, and I'm probably actually going to read it within the next week or so because I just can't wait until closer to release to read it. I read WARCROSS March or April of last year, so it's been a year for me, and I just can't wait any longer. So I'm so excited to have this one. Wrote by Ellen Goodlett. This is, I believe, a debut, and it's about 3 sisters, so it brings 3 dark crowns to mind, and it just looks and sounds super badass, and I'm so excited to dive into this one. Kingdom of the Blazing Phoenix by Julie C. Dale. This is the sequel to Forest of a Thousand Lanterns, which I loved last year. It is the rise of an empress. It is a retelling of Snow White. It is from the evil queen's point of view, we think, but we won't know for sure until after we read this one. So I am so excited to see where the series goes and how everything comes together. Ogre Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. You guys, I had no clue there was going to be a companion novel to Ella Enchanted. I mean, there are other books in the world, but this is a companion, and it's another enchantment, and I'm so excited to dive in. I just can't even, there are no words. There are no words. Ella Enchanted is my favorite childhood book, and I'm so excited to read this. I am so excited. Damsel by Elena K. Arnold. This one has a gorgeous cover, and it also sounds badass and amazing. Angel and Bavar by Amy Wilson, which is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and she previously wrote Lost Frost Girl, which is a retelling of Jack Frost. So this one sounds really cute and fun, and it's middle grade. And Undercover Princess by Connie Glynn, which is the first book in the Rosewood Chronicles, and I really like the cover and the way there's an image within her silhouette, and I'm excited to learn more about this one. The first physical book I received was My Oxford Year by Julia Whelan, which I'm reviewing very soon. And this takes place at Oxford. It's kind of like the book The Royal Wedding that came out recently, except without the wedding, I would assume. It's coming out right before the royal wedding taking place in May. So I think that books on England and falling in love overseas with royalty are definitely going to pick up, so I think this book is going to do pretty well when it comes out in May. This is from HarperCollins. Next we have Love and War, an Alex and Eliza story by Melissa Dela Cruz. This is the sequel to Alex and Eliza, which came out last year. This is from Penguin. Obviously Alexander Hamilton and Eliza Schuyler, for anyone who knows the musical Hamilton. Just really pretty. And I love Hamilton, and I enjoyed reading the first book last year. And when it ended, I was like, I can totally see. I mean, it's a complete standalone, but this does continue the story, and I think that it will be really interesting to see where it goes next without any spoilers if you haven't read the first one yet. Unraveled by Kate Jarvik Birch. This one is the 3rd book in a trilogy. The first 2 books are Perfected and Tarnished. I've never read either one, so I do need to pick them up before I can read this one, unfortunately. But this is from Entangled Teen. And Limelight by Amy Popel, which is about Broadway, and I will be reviewing this as well as doing an interview with Amy coming up in the next couple of weeks on Broadway World once the book releases. I've already read this, and you can see a short review now when I post my am reading for the month of April video. This one is from Simon & Schuster. And this is an adult novel, but I can definitely see it having crossover appeal. Anyone who loves Broadway is going to love this. It is basically a show within a book and a family that moves to New York, and how the wife and mother of the family, Allison, inadvertently gets caught up as becoming a PA to a really spoiled pop star who doesn't really want to be appearing on Broadway, even though he is in a contract and he has to do it no matter what. So these are all of the books I brought into my life this past month. I haven't read most of them, so I would love to know your thoughts, which ones you've read, which ones you recommend reading first, especially since a few of them I don't know a lot about, but definitely let me know which ones you think I should read first. I've read 4 of these books already, so I still have to get to the rest of them. 2 of them I'm definitely going to be getting to in the next week or so. So definitely let me know which ones you love and which ones I should move higher up my priority list. That's everything this month. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.